What are you doing?
Oh my god.
I don't even know what's going on.
Player one. Prepare yourself.
Don't forget to get parts at RitaYanez.com, and so am I.
Turn on the light! Turn on the light!
Hi there, Scorpio. This is your weekly reading for the week of December 7th through 13th. I hope you're doing well. You're getting ready for winter break if you're in the United States. And it's just been a year that flew by, although there were times that I felt like I was just growing roots into the ground, and then at other times it seemed to be going by so fast I couldn't believe it. On Monday, the card that you've drawn is the Two of Swords in reverse, and this is a card that indicates you finally figured out that even though you didn't know how you could come to a decision between two people, two situations, two opposing friendships, two warring parents, whatever it is, you finally figured out that you don't have to do any of the above. People can't make you choose which parents to love. People can't make you decide whether or not you are their friend, because if you're so-and-so's friend, then you can't be mine. If that's the case, then you can tell them, look, I don't want none of y'all. That's really as far as you could take it. So it's good, because I see that you're able to move forward, having the confidence of knowing that you're not here to suffer other people's consequences. If these people really love you and they're your friends, they're not going to invite you to go smoke pot or get drunk behind a barn somewhere. If they really care about you, they'll respect your wishes as well, just the same way that you would respect other people's wishes too. So, I'm glad to see that you've been able to move past this, because it's been a little bit wild. And considering that we've had this Uranus-Pluto energy stimulated again with Mars and Libra, your solar 12th house, where things are in the secret part of the chart, it could be that you finally figure out, wow, you say you're my friend, but then you force me to hate somebody I don't even know, or you want me to go beat up some chick who didn't do anything to me, and I'm not going to go to prison with you. And so if people don't want to be real with you, this is maybe something that is going to peak right about Sunday or Monday, and you realize, okay, so you know what, this can't continue. I can't go to the store with you if you're going to shoplift, because I'm going to be put on restriction for the rest of my natural life because of what you did, and I was with you, and they're going to say, why didn't you run out? And you know what I mean? So if people want to be like that, they can go play their own games. Tuesday, we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. And this is the energy of a person who could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe not at all. And she's just a person who's very grounded and practical. And maybe this is your mother or another woman in your life who is able to give you some advice. And she could be your big sister or just a peer that is a few days older than you, but she comes across as really worldly and mature. And this is the type of person who's able to say, hey, look, don't sweat it. Because look, if they want to make you do something dangerous to be their friend or to be cool enough, then they probably suck. And we should just ride off into the sunset ourselves. And this is part of that Mercury and Sagittarius squaring the North Node in Virgo at this point, your solar 11th house of friendships and group associations, and people that are great and people that are not so great end up there too. So again, if they're trying to bust you in some way or to get you to make a decision like you're just chicken because you won't smoke, and we're like, no, hell no. First of all, I don't want your cancer sticks. And second of all, I don't want to get in trouble. So I'm not going to tell you what you're doing is wrong. I just know that for me is wrong. And so that's the kind of of energy that's saying stand up for yourself or for somebody else if you know the right thing has to be done, and that, if you need to get somebody some help, that you do that. The Sun in Sagittarius will also trine Uranus in Aries at this point. Aries being your solar sixth house of people that you see every day in situations that you go to, like your job every day, to school every day, whatever it is you do on a daily basis. You might also need to just keep yourself warm. If you live in places where it's really cold right now, that you keep your health up to par. Take your vitamin C. If there isn't vitamin C at home, ask your parents when you could get some. Generic vitamin C is super available. We don't always have the extra money to buy these things, but vitamin C is super important because it helps support the immune system. And so make sure that you're getting what you need. On Wednesday, the card that you've drawn is the Seven of Swords in reverse. And I'm telling you, you could find out that, good golly, Miss Molly over there is really a viper, and that she would love to tear your eyes out if you just turned around and looked. So I suggest that when you find out what this person's been up to, you could find out that somebody's been saying something malicious about you, gossipy type, mean-spirited. The best way to diffuse this is to take no action. The best way to take no action is to not respond. The best way to not respond is to tell everybody as soon as they start, like, you don't know what she said about you, and she doesn't even know you. And like, yeah, and I don't know her, sir. I can't offer an opinion. I have no idea why she doesn't like me, but that's okay because I don't know her. Or if it's like, yeah, this person wants to beat your ass after school, and you're like, really? That's interesting because I'll make sure that there's a cop waiting for me outside so that I can get home safely. Or thank you for letting me know. I will go tell the principal that I need some protection, and they will investigate it like so fast that that person won't even know what slapped them upside the back of their head, because nobody's going to put up with one person putting another person in danger. And so it could just be something malicious, gossipy, but it's going to come out in the open with that energy in Libra, that solar 12th house. You're going to see that this information comes out. Don't have too much of a reaction. Like, look, ask me if I care what my ex-husband's entire freaking dynasty thinks about me. When my kids were telling me some of the stuff that they remembered because this was stimulated again recently, don't you know, because I'm a Scorpio just like you. I was like, oh, please, Jesus, here we go again. And then they were telling me some stuff that I don't know if they'd never told me if I just didn't remember. And I was thinking to myself, oh, wow, really? And these people would like my kids to interact with certain people that said all this crap about them, me, got them in trouble, caused us misery. And that's when I finally got off of my Two of Swords reverse. And I was like, screw this. I don't even want this. How about tuning it out? Talk to the hand. I don't even know what's going on. So no, thank you. The Sun in Sagittarius there on Wednesday will also square Chiron in Pisces. So there could be a little bit of a stimulation where maybe it's your sister or sibling or cousin or somebody close to you in that kind of bro kind of way who's like, look, dude, I was telling you that this person was saying this stuff and you didn't believe me. I hope you believe me now. Well, maybe you just needed to see what was going on because maybe you really were busy with your senior project or busy getting ready for whatever you do at school, busy getting ready for whatever happens during your house destruction or eruption of tempers and ugly uncles when stuff happens around the holidays. Maybe you just didn't notice because it wasn't that you weren't trying to believe them. Maybe you were just like, dude, I didn't want to be involved. I understand. Thank you. I'll listen to you in the future, but I just don't want to turn it into a thing. So Mercury will be moving into Capricorn, your solar third house of, guess what? Communications on the same day. So we just have to make sure that whatever we do, whatever we try to do, stay safe and sane. Don't put yourself in danger, not your face, your nose, or your skin, or for anybody's stupidity. If they want to get all redneck and try to hurt somebody, that's a good time to call 911. There you go. We'll handle you right now. So just remember that it's good to know what it is that's going on, but you don't have to really get your hands dirty because is there a problem? On Thursday, you've got the Three of Cups in reverse, and this is an indication that you may be feeling that you're not part of a group or that it's somehow been disbanded or the Three Musketeers have been ripped apart. Whatever it is, it really is not such a big deal. And I'm not saying this to ameliorate what could be sensitive to you or someone you love or someone close to you. It's just that this is for a week at a time. This is kind of expected, because of the Pluto-Uranus square that is separating. And so we're still dealing with it. We will until about the end of December. Then it will pretty much, I believe, be dissipated enough to where you'll have to have something in your natal chart aspecting something at 14 to 16 degrees, somewhere around 14 to 16 degrees. See if you have objects there to see if it's really going to be a big deal. And to do your natal chart, plenty of free resources on the internet. You don't need to pay anybody to do this. You just need to know when, what date, what time, and where you were born. You need to have that time exact to get it to work properly to make the most accurate prognostications. And in this way, if you've got any objects at 14 to 16 degrees, you'd want to see where they're at to see what the conversation is between those objects. If I say that Mars in Libra is sensitizing this or that, you would want to be looking at any planets at 14 to 16 degrees because, for example, if it were, let me just pick one and say Jupiter, at 14 degrees in your natal chart, then I would say, well, look at the house, because what could mean is that this little stupid piece of information could turn into a big ass explosion, because Jupiter loves to make things big and loud, and dramas could become more bigger than Leo ever could dream to be. So just keep that in mind. Also on Friday, I don't know what I just did there, but we'll put it back. So Friday, we've got the 10 of Cups here upright, and this is a card that indicates that you're feeling better, that your hopefulness is still intact, that you feel all right, that things are going to be okay, and you're knowing this, you're feeling this, you're aware of this. Thursday's opposition of Mars to Uranus in Aries would be enough, I think, to get anybody to be like, that's it, I'm checking out. I'm putting on the headphones. I am not in your world. I have been transformed into Sia for this moment. I've got a wig on. I'm going to sing. I want to swing from chandelier. I don't care where you're at. I'm doing this. So just remember that this will help calm things down. This is also that new moon in Sagittarius, your solar second house. So you could be invited to babysit. You could be invited to help out clean somebody's attic out while you're bringing down some Christmas decorations for them. Make sure that if you do take a job that is at any place of business or at any home where you're stepping inside it, that everyone is fully aware, meaning your parents or guardians, your friends, everybody needs to know where you're going. If you get a bad feeling about it, if someone's like, yeah, so-and-so is going to pay us $10 to go into his basement and help bring up some boxes. And I'd be thinking, is he going to touch me on the ass up the stairs? Is he going to try to kill me after he rapes me? So just make sure that you're being very prudent, asking questions. Who is this person? How old are they? Now, if they aren't quite obviously like handicapped or challenged in some physical way, and if they're not like 100 years old, then what the hell would somebody my age, like 40 something, be doing, hiring you to come down, do stuff, unless it's a woman and or somebody frail, and then don't drink the magic Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? Just be smart about it. So Saturday, we've got the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and I think this is where you're starting to see the light at the end of the trouble, if you will, where you're like, okay, so I think I've successfully told everybody to cram their drama directly. And, if they bring me their bowl, I'm going to use it like toilet paper and wipe from front to back because I won't deal with it. And it seems like here you're like, yeah, that was kind of like an amazing week, but damn. And then on Sunday, we got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So watch out, because this could be a female. It could be a very effeminate male as well. And this is a person who for sure she is a wench. When the Queen of Swords in reverse shows up, the adults hear me say these words all the time. I don't mean any offense. She is a bitch. I mean, she is somebody who's going to say things that hurt. She'll try to manipulate people and take out her frustrations, insecurities, bitterness, and anger on. So I don't know what she's doing here, but I think at the end of the week, you're going to be well aware that there's at least one person that resents you. I say bring it, but truly, we don't really want them to bring their freaking disease, whatever their hate is. We don't want it near us. So try to ameliorate it. Even though you and I are talking, I'm just sitting here talking at your head. I'm saying things to help empower you to just, turning the other cheek doesn't mean letting somebody slap you on the face. It really is about saying, yeah, pretty much, that's fine. Don't get involved in provoking somebody who's obviously crazy or ghetto and going to shank you or something. Obviously be careful. Think about this. We've had, thanks to social media, lots of opportunities to know about crimes that have occurred in places where nobody would have expected. And then we find out that this psychopath was somebody's friend and everybody thought everything was okay until he killed the baby he was babysitting. So we got to be careful. We have to be aware of our surroundings, maturing, growing, becoming independent, becoming becoming autonomous, making decisions about your own life, like when you're 18 in college and all that. It requires being very aware, because then you're playing life on hard mode and it seems like it's going to be fun. And then all of a sudden it's like, this is real. And so just make sure whoever this person is, she could be an air sign, she could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or not. She could just be a biatch, but whatever her problem is, just try to walk away. Don't say anything when your friends try to say, yeah, because she's such a, on social media. Do not acknowledge it. That's just adding fire and gasoline to an already combustible crazy person. We don't want to. So let it go away. Remember that in life, if you want to grow up, if you want to be mature, if you want more responsibilities, if you want to practice being an adult, then it also is going to have to be practicing how to be wise and when to say, yes, I love you too. Walking away going crazy. Somebody call 911.